Well, if you turn the microphone on, it has a tendency to work much better. Sorry about that, folks. All right, let's start this over. Let's restart this. Good evening, East Alabama and West Georgia. Dr. Don with you on your Thursday evening, August 29th, 2024. And we have a couple of big thunderstorms out there. There is a weakening trend going on where we're not seeing them intensify, though some of them are holding their own. They're not really getting any stronger, though, and as we lose the heat of the day, these storms should start to calm down. So let's just kind of take the tour. We'll start over in West Georgia, then we'll come back into Alabama. You can see we've got a pretty good-sized thunderstorm just north of Holiday Park there in northwestern Troup County. This is, for the most part, west of LaGrange, out there around Lee's Crossing, and to the west over to the Alabama state line, Highway 109, pretty wet ride right now. And then up there, the northwest part of Troup County, just south of Glenn, Georgia, that's where the strongest part of this thunderstorm is taking place at this hour. That's in Troup County. We have no statements from the National Weather Service on this particular storm at the moment. Then as we move over to the west, we have a storm that was under a special weather statement from the National Weather Service out of Birmingham, but they have since allowed it to expire, and they haven't reissued. We've got some moderate rain over Alexander City, and that stretches right up 280 back up toward Kellyton. And here's the thing, folks. These storms are moving from the southeast to the northwest this evening. That is completely backwards from the way that our storms normally work. So ordinarily, if you saw a storm over Kellyton, I'd be telling you folks in Alexander City, heads up, it's moving your way, but that's not the case. It's moving toward Birmingham up I-80. And so you folks further north than Kellyton, maybe up there around Goodwater, look out, maybe even Sylacauga as this storm moves to the north. You'll notice there is a gust front that's taking place out ahead of this storm. And we'll show you that as soon as we can get the telestrator to come up. But you can see it stretching from Ashland to just south of Sylacauga, then down to Weguffka, and then all the way back to Chilton County. That's a gust front. So there may be some 20, 30-mile-an-hour winds briefly along that gust front as these storms push to the northwest for the remainder of the afternoon. And then the only storm in our coverage area that does have a special weather statement attached to it is going to be this storm in Coosa County. This is just to the west of Rockford, and it stretches down to Kelly's Crossroads. And this one also is moving to the northeast, so that's going to be more of an issue up here in the northeast part of Coosa County, maybe eventually right along the Coosa County, Chilton County line, and then up there around Columbiana. Maybe Lay Lake area will have to deal with this storm if it holds together and continues moving off to the northwest. Here's the big picture. And this will show you some storms up around Atlanta, especially on the northeast side of Atlanta. And then that storm in northwest Troup County. That may eventually make it up into Randolph County. But for the moment, Heard County, Randolph, Cleburne, Calhoun, Clay, Talladega, all looking good. Nothing happening right now. But again, this storm that's sitting down here in Troup County is moving in a backwards direction, if you will. And let's see if we can get the telestrator to come up, and I'll show you the direction it's moving. But if you're down here in the extreme southwestern, there we go. Let's hide that. And so this storm is moving in this general direction. And it's a slow mover. It's not moving very fast. Let me see if I can get the motion going for you, and you can kind of see how this thing is evolving over time. The heaviest part of it is crossing into extreme southern southwestern Heard County out of Troup County. right this moment. But it's kind of moving the direction of that arrow that you see on the screen. So certainly Rock Mills, the Lime community, heads up. You're probably hearing some thunder out there. If you'll look to the southeast, you'll see some lightning as this thing moves up to the northwest. And then same thing happening with the Alexander City storm. This storm is moving right up I-280, moving right up 280, the road 280, as it moves off to the northwest. And then again, the same thing with the Rockford storm. It's moving off to the northwest as well. Now, over time, and I'm talking the next 30 minutes to an hour, these storms will continue to fade away. If you don't have a storm going on in your area right now and you're not in the line of these three storms, odds are you're not going to see anything tonight. This is not a cold front or a storm system that we're dealing with. These are just pop-up afternoon in the heat of the day type thunderstorms, and we've probably missed that threshold for new development. But if you're downstream, or in this case upstream from these storms, and they're moving in your direction, you may have to deal with these. But I mean, let's take Lafayette for instance. Down here, there's nothing that's moving toward Lafayette. There's Lafayette right there. There's nothing moving in your direction. So I don't expect Lafayette to see anything this evening because there's nothing downstream moving your way, and I don't expect any new development. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. Lots of folks asking questions about tomorrow night. Let me zoom this out so you can kind of see what's happening over in Mississippi. All that stuff's just kind of stationary. It's not moving very much. And then we got some storms down in South Alabama, too, from Dothan back over to around Andalusia. But tomorrow night, high school football across East Alabama and West Georgia. And I can tell you that tomorrow is probably going to be a carbon copy of today. Don't think that we're going to see a whole lot more than what we saw today. But I think we will be, some of you will be dodging thunderstorms at your football venue tomorrow afternoon. And it's going to be extremely hot, too. So when you head out to those football stadiums, make sure that you stay hydrated, because until the sun goes down, it's going to be brutal at some of those high school football venues tomorrow evening. Some of you are playing high school football tonight as well, and so you know what it feels like out there. All right, so that's kind of where we are. No severe weather. We have no severe thunderstorm warnings out there right now. I think the only two warnings we had earlier today, there was one over in Walker County, and then one for Jefferson County, which is the greater Birmingham area. All of the other storms have been handled with just special weather statements, so no major issues there. Let me look in the chat room and see. Bobby's asking a question, how long this will end in Standing Rock. Well, over on the eastern side of Standing Rock, on the eastern suburbs of Standing Rock, that's where the storm is. And yeah, you're probably going to get the outskirts of it, but the heaviest part of this storm is to your northeast, and it's moving away from you, right up here between McCosh's Mill and Glenn. That's where the heaviest part of this storm is, and that's moving to the northwest. It shouldn't last very long. I mean, you're just catching the southern end of this, and for the most part, it's light to moderate rainfall. You're getting a stroke of lightning every now and then, but it's not severe. Nothing to be majorly concerned about at this time anyway. Let's see what else we have. You're welcome, Bobby, anytime. Hey, Sharon. Anything going to pop up near Valley? Well, I'm going to have to get that crystal ball out on that one. I have no way of knowing where storms will form. But right now, there's nothing down there around Valley. And as I said just a few moments ago, odds of new formation now that we're losing the sun are low. If you're downstream or upstream, in this case of the current storms that are out there, then your chances are much higher of seeing something. But new formation, I can't tell you it won't happen, but odds of seeing that are pretty slim. Yeah, it's not thundering in Roanoke. You're hearing thunder in Roanoke. That thunder's coming from this lightning that's over there at the Alabama-Georgia state line. You can probably see it, too. You look back in that direction, the sky's probably lit up pretty good. And most of the lightning in this storm is right out on the leading edge of it, up here around this heavier core, which is just south of Glenn, Georgia. So Roanoke, that's what you're seeing back to the east and southeast, is that heavy core just south of Glenn, Georgia. Hey, Nan, watching us over in West Point, Georgia. Will I make it to Newell? John, I don't know exactly where you're coming from, but there's nothing happening in Randolph County, so you should be fine. I mean, unless you're driving from LaGrange to Newell, then you may drive right through it. But it's not severe. Just be careful. Slow down, drive with care, you'll be fine. No, I don't think it'll make it to Taylor's Crossroads. I think this is going to be more of an eastern Randolph storm. Thundering in Pennon. Yeah, so you're hearing the same thunder. It must be traveling a long way tonight, and that happens sometimes because there's nothing threatening Pennon at all. Hey, Mitzi. Yeah, Mitzi says all she has is thunder in downtown Standing Rock. I think you got to go out there to the eastern burbs to get in on some of the action. Oh, Lord, I have hecklers in here. There's Bryce and Marcia. Oh, Lord. Thundering in Bacon Level. Hey, Branson, Missouri. That's Bryce Barrett. He's one of my coworkers. He's up in Branson, Missouri. Went to some doll making craft show or something up there, I think is what that was. So we are trying out some new stuff. And it's over on Discord. And I'll be telling you more about it coming up in the not too distant future. But it's going to allow us to do a number of different cool things. One of the things it's going to allow us to do is when the National Weather Service issues a statement, whether it's a special weather statement, a watch, warning, it's going to automatically pop up in the chat room. And we'll both see it at the same time. That's what kind of got me going down that road. Right now, we're having some issues with it. It's showing everything. Like, I'm subscribed to the Birmingham Weather Service and Atlanta, and I'm getting notifications from all over the state. So I'm trying to get that filtered out. I'm working with the developer of the National Weather Service bot that allows that to happen. And so we're trying to get that worked out. So that's one thing that it's going to do for us. You're going to be able to see those watches and warnings and statements as they are issued from the National Weather instantly from the Weather Service. That's going to be in the Discord chat room. Right now we have Facebook chat, we have YouTube chat, and now we're going to add Discord. Now, the cool thing about Discord is and I'll give you the information later on how to do it, if you'll go sign up and create a Discord account and join our weather room over on Discord, you can also watch us live over there. You don't have to depend on Facebook or YouTube. You can watch us over on Discord. Also, you're going to, and y'all are going to love this, and I don't know if I'm going to turn this feature on or not. We'll see. But you guys will also be able to go into a special room on our Discord server, and I can take you live with me when I'm streaming live. So if you're safe and have got some cool weather video that you want to send to us, kind of like being storm chasers, but I'm not asking you to do that. I mean, if you're at your house and the storm's off in the distance and it's safe for you to get me send me a live stream so I can show it, that's one of the things that Discord's going to allow us to do pretty easy. I can take you live. You can also send me photographs and videos, pre-recorded videos I can show, and also audio. You can just join me by audio. If you have, something that is of interest in our audience needs to know about it and you don't want to go on video live, you can just join me by audio. So a lot of cool things. Plus, the Discord chat room stays up 24/7. So I'm going to develop multiple different rooms in there for different weather topics. And you folks who are weather geeks like I am can go in there and hang out and chat to your heart's content about whatever you want to talk about, weather-wise, in one of the rooms. And, if I'm awake, I'm monitoring the rooms as well. So if you have questions, that's probably going to end up being the best way to get in touch with me, is over on our Discord server. I'll tell you more about it once we get the bugs worked out. Hopefully, maybe by the end of the weekend, I'll be able to post that link on our Facebook and YouTube page. It probably won't be 100% by then, but at least maybe it'll be to the point where I can share it with you and you guys can go check it out. That's right, Mike. Discord can do a lot of stuff. And it's pretty cool stuff, too. It allows you guys to interact with me a lot more than just on Facebook and YouTube. So we'll be telling you more about that as we get that rolled out and get it working. But if you're familiar with Discord, you can certainly, if you don't already have a Discord account, you can certainly go over there and sign up and go ahead and get you an account. So the second I share the invitation link, all you got to do is click on it and boom, you're there. Just if you don't know anything about Discord, Google it and read up on it. Go ahead and set up an account. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. And then just as soon as we get our channels ready, I'm going to give you that information here on Dr. Don's Weather. And we may actually do a live sometime over the weekend if we don't have severe weather to deal with, and play around with it a little bit. That would be kind of a fun thing to do, I think. That's right, Mike. You can go live in it. I can pull you guys in live off of Discord, and I'm planning on broadcasting live on Discord. The ultimate goal here, and I'll just go ahead and let the cat out of the bag, at some point in the not-too-distant future, there's going to be a membership-only channel over on Discord that's going to allow you guys to get a whole lot closer to the Dr. Don situation and communicate. Well, it'll be an extremely informal thing, and we're going to be providing you with a lot more information. Now, our life-saving stuff is still going to be free to you. We're going to stay on Facebook, YouTube. We're going to continue doing all of that. We've got free channels over on Discord, but we're going to have a members-only channel over there as well, which is going to give you a lot more information for those of you who love weather like I do. It's going to be pretty cool, I hope. Let's see. Checking the chat room here again. Crackford, hot, muggy with a slight chance of a shower throughout the remainder of the evening. And that's a pretty generic weather forecast for everybody across East Alabama and West Georgia. That's what you're looking at for the rest of the afternoon. Tomorrow, we're looking at about a 20 to 30% chance of showers or thunderstorms in the afternoon. And that'll be lingering into kickoff time for high school footballs tomorrow night. So if you're going to be attending a ball game, and I highly suggest you do, two things. Make sure you're hydrated because it's going to be hot, and make sure you have your rain gear with you just in case, and have a plan to get back to your automobile in case there's lightning in the area. Everybody's not going to see storms tomorrow night, but I think some of you probably will. I think tomorrow's a repeat performance of today. And then as we get into Saturday and Sunday and the holiday weekend, I think our best chance of rain is probably actually going to be Monday, Labor Day. We're looking at a 40 to 50% chance of storms on Monday. That increases on Tuesday. We're up to a 60 to 70% chance of much-needed rainfall all across East Alabama and West Georgia by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And I think we have a fairly decent chance of rain every day next week, all the way into the following weekend. So there is relief on the way. I think it's next Friday. The high temperature is supposed to be 84 degrees. That's fallish. I'll take it. So I think tomorrow night's high school football forecast is going to be pretty warm, and some of you will be dodging rain showers. But next Friday, if the long range holds, I think will be much better. So that's what we're hoping for anyway. Hey, Chad Cook, I'm doing great. I'm good to see you in here tonight. Bobby, our website is drdonwx.com. Hey, Mary Wilkins. Radar Omega, yeah. I've got, that is my backup radar. Actually, that's my quick go-to on my phone, too. It's Radar Omega. I do recommend it highly. I've used a lot of different radars, but that's the one I've just kind of landed on. And I use that one for a quick look, because our main Southern Union State Community College Live Doppler HD radar doesn't have an app, but that is coming also at some point. But at the moment, there's no app for that one. So if I have to grab something quick on my phone, that's what I use. Hey, Christy, it's not going to get bad in Roanoke. Matter of fact, it may not do anything at all in Roanoke. We go in and look at that storm again. Things moving more north than it is northwest. I mean, it's running right up the Alabama-Georgia state line. So, like I said a few moments ago, I think this is going to be more of a East Randolph, West Heard County storm, though parts of it's still down in Troop. For the most part, this thing is moving kind of like that. So Roanoke sitting over here to the west of the storm. I don't anticipate Roanoke getting much out of it. Well, that last loop, it looked like it jotted a little bit to the west. So let me just put this thing in motion. We have a special weather statement on it now, too. Yeah, still more of a north-northwest motion, so I'm not sure you get anything in Roanoke. Rock Mills, probably, but we're just talking about rain here. Thunder and lightning, maybe a little gusty wind. This is not a severe storm. And I'll just read the text of this to you. A strong thunderstorm will impact portions of southwestern Heard and northwestern Troop County through 8:30 p.m. Eastern. At 8:06, a strong thunderstorm was over Glen, or 8 miles northeast of Stroud. The storm was nearly stationary, so it's not really moving that much. Hazard up to 40-mile-per-hour winds, frequent cloud-to-ground lightning, and heavy rain. So we're talking about this is really it's drifting to the north-northwest more than moving. So I wouldn't expect to see much out of this for Roanoke. Maybe the Lime community, maybe Rock Mills, maybe Weehadkee, and then on up the eastern side of Randolph and western Hurd. But again, this is not severe. This is not anything that you need to go take cover for. I mean, you don't need to stand out in the front yard holding an umbrella, but this is not a severe thunderstorm here. Now, lightning is very dangerous, so if it is lightning in the area where you are, you do need to make sure you're inside and protected from that lightning. Verbena, Alabama. Hey, V. Marie. I know exactly where you at because here's the thing. I'm from the Enterprise. Well, I'm not. But my side of the family was born and growed up right there in the Enterprise community of Chilton County, Alabama. That's where the Strength side of my family hails from. You had a sheriff there by the last name of Strength. Once upon a time, that's an uncle of mine. Still got some nieces that live in Chilton County, and my dad has a farm out here in close to that, just on the other side of the interstate from Verbena. So, yeah, you got a storm sitting right there on I-65, pretty close to where the Alabama Emergency Management Agency headquarters is located. If you live in Verbena, you know exactly where that's at. And then there's a second piece in northern Autauga County, just to the east of Billingsley, that's moving up in that general direction. But nothing severe over there in Chilton County, just some heavy rainfall and occasional stroke of lightning. Now, I was born and raised down here in Prattville, Alabama. But my dad's side of the family, yep, Chilton County folks. Popping in Rock Mills. Hey, Mike, I certainly will, because I do have some questions. Trying to utilize the IEM bot, and the NWS bot. And I'm trying to get that joker set up so that I get special weather statements, watches, and warnings for the counties we cover, both in East Alabama and West Georgia. I've been playing around with it. I can get all or nothing. And when I say all of nothing, I'm getting everything that Birmingham issues and everything that Atlanta issues. I can't seem to figure out how to filter that. So I have sent a message to the creator of the IEM bot, and I'm waiting for him to get back with me. But if you're familiar with either one of those bots, or you want to download them and play with them and see what you can come up with, that'd be fantastic. Just DM me over on Discord. I think you can go over there and search friends and look for Dr. Don's weather, I think. If not, send me a message on Messenger and I'll send you a link so that you can get into our Discord server. There's old Lisa Pratt from Prattville, Alabama. Looking for some rain, aren't we all? It's bone dry up here in northeast Georgia, too. Okay, we are going to shut this down. There's no severe weather out there. Typically, that's our threshold. We have severe weather, life-threatening weather. That's when we go live. But we don't see any of that out there right now. Let me just check again. Some pretty big thunderstorms if you're on the road up here on the northeast side of Atlanta. We're talking up I-85. Let's see, near Swanee, up there at the 985-85 split, maybe just back to the west. Buford, south end of Lake Lanier. That's a pretty good-sized thunderstorm in that area. We have another pretty good-sized storm just north of Mableton, so that could cause some problems up there around the ATL. And then back down closer to the house, really these storms, including that one that's coming out of Troup County into southwestern Hurd, and extreme southeastern Randolph, that thing's really losing some of its punch now. And then the storm over in Coosa County that's moving to the northeast, losing some of its intensity. And then we have those scattered storms in southern Chilton, northern Autauga County, and then back over toward Autaugaville in southwest Autauga County. And that's it. I mean, that's all that's happening across East Alabama and West Georgia at this hour. So we will watch this for you. And, of course, if something were to develop or go severe, then we'll be right back and we'll continue with our live severe weather coverage here on Dr. Don's Weather. If not, I'll see you back in here first thing tomorrow morning for your primetime forecast. And we normally have that out by 6 a.m. Central every single day. A lot of times it's out by 5 a.m. Central. But check that out every single morning. And then if we have storms threatening any football venues tomorrow evening, we'll go live for you again so you can get a live view on exactly where those storms are taking place. Hope you have a fantastic Thursday night. We got some football on tonight. I think Colorado is playing tonight. They're not playing anybody, but so college football gets underway. Oh, golly, there's that thing on CNN tonight, too, that was pre-recorded and handled by, well, shut up, Don. All right, so I'm out of here. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. I'll see you back in here first thing tomorrow morning with your primetime forecast on Dr. Don's Weather. Y'all have a good Thursday night.